had on defense and been very proficient at that end of the floor. How does the roster reflect that right now, and how would you assess where you are in that respect? I know you haven't had training camp, but are the pieces there?
Yeah, no, I think you have to look at your team and analyze what the strengths and weaknesses are. And then you have to look at the areas in which you have to improve. Obviously, to be a good team in this league, you have to be strong on both sides of the ball. So we know we have to be well balanced. I thought offensively we were very good last year. Now defensively there's a lot of room for improvement, and that it's going to take a commitment and a sacrifice by everybody to be good in that area, to be strong, to be complete. And we can't rest on defense.
What kind of things offensively are we going to look forward to? It was a poor three-point shooting team. Didn't take a lot of threes last year. What is that one thing that maybe when you were off and you went and saw the Golden State Warriors, obviously you talk about offense. What kind of offensive things are you going to be able to incorporate? You got a lot of offensive weapons, no question.
Yeah, well, I think you have to look at your team, and that's the first part of it, to analyze what the strengths and weaknesses of the team are. Offensively, you want to play to those strengths and cover up your weaknesses. And one of the things that we did very well was we got to the free throw line. Now, we do have to shoot the three a lot better. We have to make quicker decisions with the ball, but we feel we have some guys that we can play through. We also feel Brandon Rush will be a big plus in terms of the three-point shooting. Zach LaVine shot the ball well the second half of the season. So, hopefully that's a big area for us. And obviously, not every team can play like Golden State. You have to look at what the strengths of your team are. Shabazz Muhammad, we think, is a prolific scorer. We could take advantage of him. Gorgie Dang played very well along with Carl Anthony, and Andrew Wiggins. What he's done at a very young age has been impressive, but he's got to be challenged to do a much better job defensively, as does our entire team.
Coach, you talked about Karl Anthony Towns, the reigning NBA Rookie of the Year. What is the next step in his overall development?
Yeah, I think both he and Andrew and Zach have to help lead our team, and they have to make a commitment to be complete. And so that's being strong on both sides of the ball, play for the team, sacrifice, put the team first, and they have to be our leaders. They have to do it each and every day. Like every team will begin the season talking about they want to win a championship, we want to be in the playoffs, but very few are willing to make that commitment and the sacrifices necessary to move forward. And we have to make up for a lot of ground. We have to. We won 29 games, and we've got to make a big jump to do the things that we say we want to do.
You're a big tape guy. How much of the team last year have you watched? I mean, can you just put? Have you watched 100 hours of tape?
Yeah, no, I've watched a lot, but it's going to be a different team. So I think the important thing right now is building relationships with the guys that we do have, getting our individual workout programs going, preparing for the fall. Watching Summer League here and formulating our plan going forward. And if we're doing the right things each and every day, good things will happen for us. But we have to make that commitment to do it the entire season and to do it for the team. Everyone's going to have to sacrifice some of their own individual offensive goals and put the team first. And we've got to play the right way. I think we want to play five-man offense and five-man defense, and so sacrifices are going to have to be made.
Coach, you talked about building relationships with some of the guys. I saw you taking Karl Anthony Towns through a little private workout here a few days ago. Have you had a chance to reach out to Andrew Wiggins and Ricky Rubio, who's overseas, and actually, unfortunately, he lost his mom this summer.
It was very unfortunate. Yeah. Ricky's terrific, and he came in for a few days, so we had a chance to spend some time, and he's playing with Spain in the Olympics. So
you tell me he's getting silver, right?
Yeah,
silver.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him every game except ours. So, but he's terrific, and he's a great kid. So we're looking forward to that. But all of our guys have been through here. So Andrew's been in, Zach's been in, Gorgie's been in, Carl has been in. Of course, Adrian and Tyus being here, Chris being here, and Shabazz being here. So we've gotten off to a good start.
Team bonding. You take them to a movie?
Not yet.
You know them all, right?
We actually have a movie theater in our practice facility.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's a movie you don't want to be a star in. Tom Thibodeau produced.
That was the deal maker right there.
Tom Thibodeau producing and directing a film is not one you want to be in. Tibbs, thanks a lot, man.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Appreciate you, Coach. And good luck with USA basketball moving forward, too.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Coach and General Manager Tom Thibodeau of the Minnesota Timberwolves watching his Summer League edition here trailing by 9 with 7:22 to go in the first half of play. And JB, you hear Coach talk about, yeah, certainly a lot of talent, and just getting them to realize their potential, and that's why I guess they call it coaching. None better than Coach Tibbs, certainly with a stellar resume, championship lineage, going back to his days with the Boston Celtics.
Well, yeah, he had
Doc
KG
Rivers
back then, right?
Yep.
So we'll see. You know, KG obviously not the player he has been in all those years, but a guy that you would love to have that voice in the locker room, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Teach all these young guys what it takes.
Yeah. Karl Anthony Towns has said that he really leaned on KG a lot this year. Whistle and a foul called. Of course, KG always lets you know where you stand.
Yes.
He doesn't pull his punches. Very demonstrative with the language.
Well, I think there's going to be a tremendous leap for that Minnesota team. Played well at the end of that season, you know, beat the Warriors, remember, in Golden State. And it's filled with some talent, and now you add Dunn. You mentioned he brought in Aldridge and Brandon Rush, who I think he can rely on for that three-point shooting. And it's going to be a team that I think has an outside shot to be in the playoffs. I think they go. In
the West, really?
I think they can go 29 to 45. You know, 40 couple wins.
Okay.
I'll give them a plus 13, 14, somewhere around there.
That's a lot.
It is.
That's big in the big picture of the season. I'll tell you what, once Tibbs gets his defensive system in there, though, anything's possible. Minnesota, meanwhile, 0 for 6 from the field in the second quarter here. They haven't scored a field goal, and 3 turnovers in addition to that. Phoenix, and that's going to be a whistle and a traveling violation against Solomon.
I'm really looking forward to watching Minnesota as you see the horrific numbers from the T-Wolves.
A lot of zeros up there, JB.
A lot of bagels.
Anything that starts with 0 is
normally not good. Only if you're got some coffee and you're sitting down at a local establishment.
So
what about Phoenix? We've talked Minnesota. How about Phoenix?
Earl Watson.
What is Earl Watson?
He's got some San Antonio Spurs lineage in him as the former head coach of the Austin Spurs. Jones with a nice runner off glass. And, you know, Watson talks glowingly about his experience with the San Antonio Spurs organization, Ulis missing. Said that they really have, he called it vertical integration, where everybody participates in the meetings and everybody has input from the top at Popovich all the way down to their D-League people. And he was often involved in a lot of those high-level meetings and learned all about how to run a successful organization.
We brought Ty Corbin over, who's had some head coaching experience, to be his lead assistant. You see Ty did a good job up in Utah.
And later with Sacramento, filling in on an interim basis.
It's an interesting group.
Very young, JB, again.
Small guards. You know, waiting for Alex Len to really make his impact. A high lottery pick a couple seasons ago. Still have Tyson Chandler, a veteran presence.
And they improved themselves at the 4 spot this year with Marquise Chris and Dragan Bender. That was the weakness when they traded away Markieff Morris for the draft picks. They had a little bit of a void there. Nice deep corner jumper by Michael Bryson. Michael Bryson out of UC Santa Barbara.
A gaucho.
Yes. Arguably one of the prettiest, most scenic campuses in America.
It's not bad, huh?
Cody Clark. Whoa. Wide right.
How about the Gauchos got to the College World Series this year? First time ever.
Yeah, somewhere Brian Shaw's waving the school banner, right?
I played against B. Shaw when he was in UCSB.
There's another corner 3. Bryson likes that spot.
Pretty nice. Tell you what, Keurig and Bryson, I like the way these guys stroke the ball.
A whistle and a timeout. Phoenix increasing its lead to 13 points with 5:12 to go in the first half. And this is the first of 2 today, semifinal action.
It's all about the 3 ball. Bryson with the contested 3, no problem. Phoenix in control.
And welcome back, everyone, to sunny, hot Las Vegas. And the NBA app is the official app of the NBA. Download it now and get an all-access look into all things Summer League here in Las Vegas. Utah Summer League before that, and before that, the Orlando Summer League. We are going to let you ball until you fall here. Covering it all for you. Right at the championship game tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock local here in Las Vegas. The winner of this one will take on the winner of our next game between Cleveland and Chicago. Hey, we're talking about Phoenix, JB, big picture wise. You know, you look at their backcourt, Brandon Knight, Bledsoe, who's coming off an injury, Tyler Ulis. Something tells me that we've seen this movie before with
small guards,
undersized guards,
or a lot of guards.
Dragic, Isaiah Thomas, and Bledsoe, and they ended up trading all but Bledsoe away.
Yeah,
didn't quite work the first time. A couple guys were unhappy about the arrangement as Jones knocks down a stare down three.
Yeah, well, I mean, you wonder if that's going to be good enough to be your cornerstone. You know, you're talking about Knight, Bledsoe, and Booker, right? Yep. I mean, that's the strength of the ball club. But Booker, boy, he can really shoot, can't he?
First team all rookie a season ago. And
yeah, he was good.
Corner three by Cody Clark, a little bit strong. Take a look at this Phoenix Suns roster up front.
Right, Barbosa's back, the Brazilian bird.